Miss P here, just going to help you organise your work. So I've opened up your file and here's your floor plan without the roof from memory, and you've started doing your dimensioning. I've actually brought in your little gorgeous little perspective drawing and I've put it down in the corner here because I do want to reference that. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to rotate your page around so that it's actually portrait, because I think it's going to look better. So to do that, I'm actually going to go to my artboard and I'm going to pop it onto portrait. Turning that off. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to position this sort of pretty much in the middle, but towards the top. We'll have a look where that is. So I have a feeling that it will end up sitting about there and it looks pretty good. Again, I'll just move this little guy down here. Actually, what I might even do is blow it up. Whoops. So I'll blow it up and put it just to the side so we can reference it. It's not going to be part of your final drawing. Let's zoom in a bit now. All right. So looking at this, a couple of things I can suggest straight away. The first thing is that how about we make these line thicknesses here a little bit thicker. Also, this here is your seat, isn't it? So I'm presuming that's this part in here. So we might actually go in and make this thicker just to replicate that if this was a floor plan for a house, your exterior lines would be 3 millimeters thick. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to open up stroke, and here we might actually put it on, we'll actually put it here and we'll put in 3 millimeters. All right, so it looks a bit thick, but that sort of identifies that that's the exterior wall. And in your case, I know you don't have walls, but the exterior of your viewing platform. Next thing that we can actually do is I'm thinking to add a little bit more detail. We might even put in these here. So see where your little posts are? I think we might put those posts and show where those posts are on your actual viewing platform. Also, I do have one question. Is this all clear glass? And what's this part of the roof made of? Because another option we could do to make your floor plan look a bit more interesting is we might even, or you could even show that part of the roof, and then this one here is clear. Another thing here, you've got to, I'm not sure what this is here. Is this all clear glass? Is that why we have this line here? All right, but moving forward, just thinking we could actually put these posts in, and they are pretty thick looking at them. So you might even want to show them something like this, so really fine. I'm going to have to take my lines back and make them thinner, like this. So this actually could represent, because can you see these are not just a post, are they? They've actually got some length to them. I'm just going to zoom in and select that, and we just might make it, actually zoom in a bit more, it's being a bit painful, and make it something like this. Zoom out again, and I'm just wondering how you feel about placing these here. Oops, go back, thank you. All right, so I'm sort of feeling like you've got one. And also another thing, DInah, I was wondering, this is actually curved, yet this one here isn't. I'm just wondering, should that be finished off as well? Just a question. I might actually finish yours off so it does match. So this little guy here might be here, and then we might actually look at rotating it a little bit, like so. And that could actually sort of sit in here, zoom in again, make it just perfect so it just sort of sits in quite nicely against it. So, DInah, that could actually, you could actually have several of those that are going to represent. So you've got one, I can see 1, 2, and 3. So you could actually position those going around there. And then, of course, I presume that they're on the other side. I think that would make your drawing look a little bit more complex and provide us with a little bit more information. So zooming in again, I think what I'd like to do, but you can actually do this yourself, or you're going to be actually, I'm thinking that we actually continue this on to represent that curved edge like what we see in your other drawing. I can now use my smooth tool while all it's still activated, or it's still all highlighted. I can actually smooth that out and make it look exactly how I want it. Okay, and now we'll just zoom out again. So I sort of feel like that's looking a little bit more like yours, except that that corner there, or not corner, sorry, that curved bit there is a bit too sharp. And it's not quite the same as this, but you can work on that. All right, moving forward now, let's do some dimensioning, shall we? So I'll zoom in. Actually, before we do some dimensioning, copy, paste, paste, and zoom in a bit more. I might put one here, rotate it around, bring it over here a bit further, and let's say we're going to put one here as well. And we'll put that one there like that. Okay, again, not perfectly matching what you've got, but I know you will be able to get that just perfect how you want it to be. Do take your time with this, DInah, and make it lovely. All right, now let's do some dimensioning. So what I want you to do is pretend that these three here are also on this side, and that also you've sorted out that curved area there. Now, once you've done one side of the dimensioning, this is really exciting. You can actually grab it, copy, paste, and then you can go Object, Transform, and Reflect. Make sure it's on the vertical, and then you can go OK. And then be very, very cheeky, and remember, it's got to be in line with that. All right, take it over, and it's then going to be placed there, like that. So it's very important that this line here, okay, because, just do this. All right, so see how you're actually showing this? So we can actually show a measurement here. And then this one here, same thing. Although I have a feeling that this also needs to move along a little bit. Perhaps another little one as well. Does this make sense, DInah? Awesome. So we can actually even take that back a little bit now because it does look a little bit annoying. Doesn't look quite as professional. And even this could go up a little bit so we can have them just crossing over. Looks a bit neater. All right, this one definitely needs to come down a bit. And look, see what it's doing? And then these ones here also need to come down a bit, like so. And this one here also needs to come down. All right, we're looking like we're getting somewhere here, DInah. All right, and then this one here, you can grab this, copy and paste, and then Object, Transform, Reflect. This time we'll go horizontal. Sorry about all my emails coming through. And this one is going to sit like so. Okay. Now moving on, dimension numbers. This one can sit here, like so. This one here, I'm going to delete it, copy paste. This one's going to sit here. Whoops, got it. And then this one here I'm going to delete, copy paste. And this one's going to sit here. So DInah, what I want to point out to you here is that the dimension numbers sit on top of the line, and they're doing it down here. And the idea is that if we printed out this sheet of paper, you would hold onto it and turn it once to the right. When you do that, the numbers will still be sitting on top of the lines. Very important. All right, moving forward, how do you dimension this? Really easy, sweetie. All right, I need you to show me, I'm just going to copy and paste that. I need you on this line here to show what's going on here. So really, this line here, I presume, all right, so this one is showing the distance between here and this. So it's actually showing this distance here, I presume, or is it? So we might just change that, and we might just use this. And sometimes it's actually very handy to do this, is to actually get your rulers on. So we'll go Rulers, show rulers. I'm actually going to bring my little ruler stick over. So see here? Okay, so we actually want to make this lined up here. And we'll grab these and bring those to there. Okay, now this one, got that right. Okay, and then here, what if we showed it perhaps to about here? Zoom in a bit. Okay, the next thing we can show along here is here. That's about it really on that first line. All right, so we can show this one. All right, now your next line, you can show this one where your seat starts. Zoom in. Pop that there. And I'm going to pop that one there. Okay, and you can show where the seat ends. Which in this case here, it's going to be about there. Go in, copy paste. I'm going to put that one there. I also need a couple more diagonals, don't I? Pop that one there. Pop that one there. Zoom out again. We're looking good. So DInah, this one here is finished. All you need to do is pop in some numbers there. One there and one there. So you'll have 1, 2, 3 on that top line. 1, 2. So moving forward,